so weird for me seeing him hit like this. I'm so used to him behind the camera.
Behind it.
Do it again. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I was asking you before we were in the washroom. I was like, yo, you don't do. I was telling him how I do the traditional workout.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the back, triceps,
Yeah.
all that. So I was gonna ask you, what's your workout? Like I guess your regular workout routine, like.
I mean, you can't really compare what I do to what everybody else does, and I can't compare what I do to say some of like sponsored multi-million-dollar athletes do, because there's different levels to it.
Yeah.
If you're just getting started, yes, the basics, the compound movement, the back, the biceps, the chest and the triceps, the old school 80s bodybuilder kind of format, it works. There's nothing wrong with it. But what I want to achieve and what I want to do, I got to do it different, right? And that's so to build on what you're saying, I do a lot of functional training, I do a lot of athletic training, I do a lot of calisthenics training, which is body weight stuff. So a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, burpees, squats, dips, muscle-ups, that kind of avenue.
But yeah, like your workouts are like not for the normal bunda.
That's what I was telling you, bro.
I'm as normal as they come, man.
I'm like, I can't do that shit. Like, I can't.
But the thing is, what do you want to achieve at the end of the day? If you don't want to do what I do, then you don't need to do what I do at the end of the day. If you just want to like fill out a t-shirt, then go to the gym every day, hit a little bit of bench press, a little bit of bicep, get a pump, and
That's it.
So what you're saying is it's not only about building strength, but it's about being like athletic in general.
Yes,
right.
This is just my opinion on it. There's no point in being aesthetic if you're not athletic, because if you got a body and you can't do shit with it, what the fuck is the point? That's just my opinion. That's like me going and buying a Ferrari and I got no engine in it. It's like, why'd you buy it, right? You gotta have a bit of both, and that's just my opinion. So.
Yeah, it's crazy because you guys know who Akshay Kumar is?
Yeah, of course.
He that's one guy when he would talk, he's like, I don't do much weightlifting.
Yeah.
I do what he does, what you're talking.
Because he's got to move on camera, right?
Exactly.
He does his own stunts, like Jackie Chan, like no pun intended.
Yeah.
But like you got to be able to move. You got to be able to use your body, right? Not just look good. So, like Salman Khan, he just looks good.
Yeah, you can tell, right? That guy's just like building muscle on
just
muscle.
getting swole.
And when he dances, he barely moves.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yo.
Yeah, like
I think the recipe is just make gains.
Well, yeah, man. Whatever you want to achieve, just fucking get the gains, man. You
That's
know,
it.
like whether it's on the treadmill, whether it's on the weights, whether it's fucking in prison. I don't know. If you want to just walk around prison, you fucking just use your own body.
do you focus on like a certain body part on a day, or do you do?
I listen to my body. So if I'm focusing on a pushing day, then the next day I'm gonna do pulling day.
Yeah.
All right. The next day I might switch it up and run a 20K. Next day I might work out at home and just do my core. Like I'm constantly switching it up. I don't have like a set structured plan. I just know that in a week I gotta work out 9 to 10 times minimum. Right?
What's the most you've worked out in a day?
9 hours.
9 hours?
9 hours?
Yeah. And again, that's not for everybody, but I did that a long time ago when I was a little bit younger. I'm an old man now. So I would bike. I remember I'd bike an hour to my jiu-jitsu gym, spend 2-3 hours there. Bike another 45 minutes, an hour to like the weights gym, spend another hour and a half, 2 hours there. Bike another hour to the boxing gym, spend like 3-4 hours there, bike home. Like literally like all day long. That's what I did for years. But back when I was in England.
How'd your body feel after, man? Like
That's
at night?
the thing is like, think of it like this way. And that's why like some of my races last 15, 16 hours, right? If I can't work out for 9 hours, if my body can't be in the tension for 9 hours, how the fuck am I gonna do a 15-hour race?
Yeah.
All right. That being said, I'm training for a 24-hour race, right? Where I'm running for 24 hours. So I gotta simulate certain situations, right? So otherwise you're not gonna.
This 15-hour race, right?
Yeah.
Like it's constant.
Yeah, it's not just running. So you're picking up sandbags, crawling under barbed wire, swimming.
What kind of race? What is this race?
It's obstacle racing. That's what I do.
Insane,
I do obstacle racing.
That is insane. Wow.
So that was the Ultra Beast. That was 50K. In BC, I did one in Hawaii too. I came second in my age group. I did one in Owl's Head, Montreal, and
Wow.
I got a 80K coming up in a couple of months in May.
Oh my,
end of May.
80K?
80K.
Bro, I barely do 1K on the treadmill, bro.
But now look at this.
I do 10 minutes on elliptical.
Fucking get out of bed. So it's funny because you guys are like, oh my god, 80K, and you're looking at me thinking, wow, you can do all this shit. I'm looking at other people like, wow, look at what you did.
Yeah.
I mean, David Goggins ran 200 miles. Like
Yeah.
200
Wow,
miles is
fuck.
like just under 400 fucking K.
Yeah.
All right, and 80K is nothing. You're just warming up.
Yeah.
So it's all frame of reference, right?
Yeah.
Like to one person $1 is a lot, but to that person $10 is a lot, and then
Sure.
so on and so forth, right? So someone who can only work out 1 hour, good for you, that's amazing. But somebody that person looks up to the other person, and so on and so forth, right? It's a comparison. That can be a gift and it can be a curse, all right?
Oh shit.
But like, let's say I spend 3 hours. I come home and I get told sometimes like, that's really bad. You shouldn't be spending 3 hours at the gym. That's not good for your body.
Who says that though?
A cousin or something. Like, I've
Is that
heard
cousin
it.
in good shape?
Nah. You know what I'm
There you go. All right, move on to the next. I'm gonna end that right there. And you know, actually, to build on that, it's always the people that are not where they want to be that will tell you what to do. All right? Or you work too much, but you're broke. You know what I mean? Or you go out too much, but you're boring. You know what I mean? Oh, you work out too much, but you're fat. Like, let's keep it real here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fear. That's all it is. People fear the unknown, and to them, that's the unknown. You go into the gym for 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I said tomorrow you gotta do the 80K with me, you'd fear it because it's the unknown for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's all it is at the end of the day. All right,
Me
people
too.
who are not where they want to be will always fucking tell you what you should do.
That is true.
All right.
100% agree with that.
And it's always the people closest to you that will do that too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's weird because I'll be like, I'll see people that I haven't seen in a while, and I'll be like, yo, what are you up to? I'm like, yo, I have my own business and whatnot, right? Entrepreneur. Like, yo, man, that's sick. Like, not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Or like, yo, you got like serious balls to do that. I'm like, to me, it doesn't even feel like that.
It's
to me,
every
it's like,
day,
yo,
man.
just natural.
It's
You know
the
what I
thing
mean?
is like with certain people like that, and you know what? It's not. People are not built for it at the end of the day, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You wake up and you're, I don't know, you're John. All right, you go to work, but now you're John who works for Walmart.
Yeah.
When you finish at 5 o'clock, you're back to being John.
Yeah.
Not John who works at Walmart. So
Yeah.
they have on and off switches.
Yeah.
When I fucking wake up, I'm on. It's who I am.
Yeah.
All right. I'm at work. I'm the same fucking person until I go to sleep. That's the thing with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
There is no 9 to 5. There is no limit on how much you work. It's when you wake up until you go to fucking sleep. That's what true
And
entrepreneurship
that's
is.
so true because like, and we talk about this all the time, how you say people aren't built for it. When you have your own like brand or company or something that you're building off,
Yeah.
it is 24/7 and it gives you like a mission every day.
Yeah, man.
You're never gonna, like, we always talk about it, like people that do, like you said, John at Walmart.
Yeah.
On the weekend, which in a way is pretty dope too, but in a way I would rather not have. I'm
Yeah.
happy with what I have, is that he goes on the weekend, he's like, I have Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah, but 9 to 5, he's fucking depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
but
why he goes
even-
out
not
on the
even-
weekend.
It's not even that. It's like for example, I know you got Project Rise, you have Revive. It's like, yo, on the weekend, this is still on your mind. Like, this is like a lifelong thing now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which is super dope because you have like a mission in life. So like, I completely agree with that. It depends on the person.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's not for everybody, and you know, not everybody who has a 9 to 5 is depressed and upset. There's some people who are comfortable and happy, and at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, happiness. I wasn't happy doing a 9 to 5. I had to switch it up. But if somebody's watching this and they do that 9 to 5 and they go home and they have an evening and they fucking go to the gym and you know they get to actually have a weekend off, good for you, man. That you have security, you have stability, you have a certain amount of freedom, and if you're happy with that, don't change it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you are that person that's upset and you have to keep clock watching at work, you gotta switch it up at the end of the day.
100%.
All right. So it's all situational and it's all individualized. That's what. There's no cookie cutter plan for everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you gotta try and fail. There's no way to succeed without trying and failing and trying again. It's
I
just
agree,
that's just how
100%.
it is.
So did you have a moment where you realized like, yo, this is what I want to do, like this is what I want to pursue?
I feel like every entrepreneur has their moment. Like, agree. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a moment in time where they're like, yo, you know what? I'm not built to be like under employment for a company or
Yeah.
be on at 9 to 5 or something.
Yeah.
There's
And you
always
know
this
what? Let me
moment.
just take a step back from that because that word entrepreneur, everybody's a fucking
Yeah.
entrepreneur in this day and
Yeah.
age, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's if you have a job and you have a side hustle, you're a fucking entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, all it takes is just to write entrepreneur in your bio on Instagram and boom,
Yeah.
poof, there you are, right? But that's not the case, man. There's not entrepreneurship isn't what people think it is. It's fucking highs and lows. There's days where you want to quit. There's days where you doubt yourself, and there's days where you do want that security and stability. All right? But the difference between the real entrepreneurs and those who are not, or the ones who persist and push through at the end of the day, right? And you know what? That being said, I'm still young. I don't even consider myself an entrepreneur yet.
Yeah.
All right? I hustle. That's what I do. I hustle. I wake up, I grind, I hustle, I have my reason why, and then that's given me my reason how. my how to. You know what I mean? And my how is literally hard work. All right. I don't even consider myself like an entrepreneur. I can't even spell it.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even spell it. Right?
Yeah.
So. So to go back to what you were saying, that reason in time when you said I don't want to be employment, yes, and the time came when I realized that I wasn't being presented with opportunities or jobs. No one gave me a chance, so I was forced to go down this route. You hear a lot of stories about people saying, "Yeah, I quit my job to do this." Motherfucker, I didn't have a job. Like I had to do this. It was eat or be eaten, and I had to fucking eat, man. I had to feed my
Are
dog.
you saying you didn't have a job in this field or in
No, so yeah, I did. So I started off like I had to like fold towels for fucking a corporation gym. I don't want to name them. I was folding towels. You know, I was cleaning the weights. I was cleaning the floors. I had to do voluntary work at a certain gym. You know, and then I slowly weaseled my way in. It's like, okay, now I'm a consultant. You know, now I'm just taking body fat percentage. And then I had to force my way to become a trainer. And when I saw how that industry was on that level, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. All right. So I had to do my own thing. You know, from there it's like, no, I gotta do this. You know what I mean?
Even like looking into the grind and stuff like that, it's like, yo, there's so much beauty in the grind when you look at it. It's like when you start, from the moment you start and like in the progress, and when you even like reflect back, like how we were talking before, how reflecting upon it, there's so much beauty in it. It's like, holy shit, man.
It's like a beautiful chaos, right? Like the grind can consume you, right? The grind and the hustle lifestyle, there's a price to pay, and not many people are willing to pay that price. All right, like you have to sacrifice a lot. You're gonna lose a lot. You're gonna go through a lot of pain and suffering. Like, let's be real here. And going back to what we said before, it's not for everybody. But when you get to a certain point where you can just sit down for a second and be present and look back and say and think and say, you know what, I said I would do this and I did it. That's where the beautiful moment is, where you just sit there and say, you know what, I'm actually fucking proud of myself. I didn't give up. I didn't have any help, and I did it. You know what I mean? But people also get confused at that point because they think, okay, that's it. All right, and going back to like what we've spoken about, that caterpillar state of mind, you got to go back to being a caterpillar and push through and say something again. Okay, in the next 5 years, I'm going to achieve this and evolve and grow.
Yeah,
all right?
100%.
So it is beautiful.
I'm definitely in that phase right now where it's like there's a lot of questioning. It's a lot of down. Like, is this even what like so many questions. I haven't achieved the level of ethic that I wanted. So it's good to know that you got from you guys. Like, you guys, I know you guys. What I've known from him is that, like, yo, he's that type of guy. He'll keep pushing and he's achieving shit. And I've seen it from you now. Like, I see the story that I know. So it's dope to like meet people like you guys, where it's like, yo, it's inspiring.
Okay.
For, like,
but now let me ask you, what are you gonna do with that? Because I can go on Pinterest right now and get inspired.
Yeah.
But how are you gonna take action from what we're saying and the type of people we are?
I think what I am gonna focus on now personally is, like, I make videos, right?
Okay.
So for me, it's like every single day, regardless of whether there's an idea or not, right?
Yeah, write it all out. So these questions you were saying, how you said I'm in this phase where I'm asking all these questions, write those questions out, because you're not going to get the answers if you don't know what the question is, right? And the chances are you're going to get preoccupied and shit's going to happen and you forgot what those questions were.
Yeah.
Write the questions out and answer them.
Exactly.
And only from there you can take action.
Yeah.
All right?
We should.
Yeah.
I feel like, yo, even like how you're saying the storm, like I look at it like this. Even like the people around me, we'll go through highs and we'll go through lows, right?
Yep.
The lows are just storms.
Yeah,
but
man.
after a storm, there's always a rainbow.
Beautiful.
And there's always growth.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo,
You
like,
can't have a rainbow without a little bit of sunshine and rain.
Yeah.
It's just a recipe, right?
and I look at it, I'm like, yo, like, you just gotta keep going through that storm, man. Like, the storm's there, but you can't let that storm knock you off. You just gotta get through it, man, somehow.
Yeah.
You get to the sunshine, the beauty, and then another storm's gonna eventually come. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
Snowstorms always come.
Yeah.
They come and go. But you remember, you gotta just get through it. When a snowstorm comes, we'll have
It's
to.
what you do in the storm that counts.
For sure.
All right?
Yeah.
Because you think about it like a boat. Like a boat's in the middle of the ocean, storm comes. What's the captain gonna say? Captain's gonna be like, "What, guys? Let's go back."
Yeah.
No, you gotta fucking push through.
Yeah.
All right, and then you pass through the storm, and it's like, all right, now we're smooth sailing until we get to the next one.
Yeah.
But it's what you do in that storm that really matters. It's what dictates whether you get through it or not.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like you're like, even like you've been doing this for about 10 years now, right?
Yeah.
So you must have been through a lot of fucking storms, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, what
Nah,
makes you want to, like, what makes you go like, yo,
Oh,
fuck
man,
it.
it's a whole
Even like the
nother-
first storm and like the 200th storm. What makes those storms different, and how do you get through them? Because like, do they get harder? Do they get easier?
Oh, yeah, this is interesting. So let's take a step back. Talking about those races I did.
Yeah.
All right. Why do I do that? Why would I put myself through voluntary suffering, like these races? All right. So I'm just gonna name the one, the BC one. It was incredible. Like, I was in so much pain at about 24 kilometers, and I was this close to giving up. I actually punched the floor. My hands swelled up because I was so upset that I felt that I couldn't continue because I had this shooting pain coming up my leg. So I had two choices: walk to the finish line and quit, or walk to the finish line and finish. What the fuck am I gonna choose? I'm gonna finish.
Yeah.
So I'm at 24 kilometers. I got 26 kilometers left. I'm just under halfway. And imagine what's going through my head, right? I continued. I persisted through. That pain, if you want to call that pain, I was going through a storm. You persisted through it and you got through it. Now, I do these races for a good reason. It changes what I call frame of reference. I was put through an extreme amount of pain and suffering in this race. I got out of it. I got a dope-ass medal. When I go into my everyday life now, I get a flat tire. I've been through worse. I have that mindset of, I've been through worse. All right? My credit card got frauded. It's okay. It'll get dealt with. It's not the end of the world. So it's all frame of reference. So when you're going through this storm in your life, you know, your boyfriend broke up with you, you lost a little bit of money, you fail your exam, you got to have the mindset that this is going to make you stronger for what else is going to come. All right? So you go through a storm. A captain will only navigate through the storm if he knows how to navigate through the last one. You get what I mean? So he struggled in that last storm, but the next one that comes, he's like, I'm fine. I've been through worse. And so on and so forth. All right? So you're going to come up with so many circumstances and situations, but you have to have the mindset of, I've been through worse. I'm good. All right? That one made me stronger for this one. This is going to make me stronger for the next one. Okay?
Real shit, yo. That's
Real
warrior
shit.
wisdom right there, yo.
Yeah, man. There you go.
Those races that you're talking about, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure, like, what's the average? Like, it's usually 50.
No, you have. There's some for everybody. There's 5Ks. There's 3Ks. There's 15Ks. But I did those, you know, and I did the first one. It was a 5K. I think I was sore for a week after that. All right.
Yeah.
Then I was like, you know what? Let me do 10 of these, and I did
Yeah.
10 of them. And I was like, you know what? Let me do the 15K. All right. Let me do a couple of 50s. Let me do a 20. And so slowly I increased it, you know. And I don't do these. Let me get it clear too. I don't do these races to win.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for egotistical purposes or for, you know, to fill a certain hole. There's crazy athletes in this city that do these races and finish at like mind-boggling times, right? And they live and they dedicate their lives for this kind of sport. I'm just one of those people that do it so I can become better. I do it for myself.
Yeah.
All right, I want to clarify that.
Okay. Because I was actually gonna ask you, like, in the race, is it
Yes.
like the longer ones? You probably thinking strategically, right? Are you constantly go?
Yeah, because again, like you'll go, but like certain things, you know, your mind will always kind of try to reason with you, right? Like, oh, you're feeling tired now. Maybe you should stop. Maybe you should have a break. Oh, you're hungry now. Oh, you need to go to the washroom. Like this, it will always come up with things until a certain point where it's like, you know what? This guy's not listening. We might as well just help him. And then your mind switches to, you got this, bro.
Yeah.
Keep going. You're almost there. Oh, you just passed 40. You only got 10K left. Because then it becomes your friend.
Like, what's to show you can have so much control over your
Yes.
mind, right?
The thing is people think that, oh, these crazy athletes, you know, their mind, they got their mind right. They can do it. No, man, we're human too. We struggle with that kind of thought process too.
Yeah.
You know, first 5K is difficult. You're in pain. And you want to stop, and you're like, you know what? A couple hours ago, I was at home on my couch, and then you slowly kind of keep going through. We have to battle those mental obstacles too.
Did you ever have to go to use the washroom while doing a race?
Oh, all the time, man. You have to, man.
You just gotta ignore it,
You
right?
gotta go for a piss. You gotta go for a piss, bro.
Are you
What
going
are
to
you
piss
gonna do?
outside real quick?
Yeah, man. That's it. This guy knows. When we were downtown the other day, like fucking had to piss like 20 times.
Shit.
That's the curse of drinking so much water, right? Gotta stay healthy.
I need to remind myself to drink water all the time, man. I'm horrible at it.
I drink a lot of water, man. But it's just like, yo, again, those washroom breaks kill me, man.
Yeah, man. Driving fucking stuck in traffic and you need to piss.
Worst.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Worst. Gotta fucking find a Timmy's real quick, yo.
So I keep a Timmy's cup in your car just in case. Roll up the rim.
Joke.
Don't kill me. Man. Just kidding.
But yeah, I was asking you that, like, have you come across a client in which that just frustrated you, like in a way that maybe you were trying to push them and they weren't getting it, or like maybe in a different way? You know what I mean?
So like as a human, yes, you might get frustrated at certain things, but the difference between a good trainer and a great trainer is the one that like is pushing them or encouraging them, and you have to have a balance of both. That yes, you are going to get pissed off at certain habits or aspects, but now are you going to let that get to you, or are you going to actually fucking help them, right? So for example, if a client keeps coming late, so then why don't I schedule them in for just a little bit earlier, right? So you have to, as a trainer, you as a coach, you as a teacher, you need to overcome those obstacles, not just get frustrated at the client for it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
But those kind of things, there's tons of things, but I'm always switched on to the fact that how can I add value to this human being's life? How can I help them out, all right, in all aspects.
It's probably like a huge amount of patience that's required, right? Like
Patience, mental toughness, being present. You know, it's so easy to just go on your phone and be distracted when you're with a client, but you gotta remember, this person's paying for your time. Every 60 seconds that you're not paying attention to your client is a minute of their time wasted. All right, you have to be alert, you have to be attentive, you have to fucking make sure their form is on point, make sure they're working out. Because the truth is, like, they're gonna slack off if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So you gotta be on them. And it's the same with my own workouts too, right? It's so easy to, like how we spoke about before, when somebody said, oh, you're at the gym for 3 hours, but out of that 3 hours, how much is your body in detention? You know, how much are you actually working out? You could only be working out for 20 minutes, but you're at the gym for 3 hours. So I gotta be attentive to my own workouts, right? And if I don't do it for myself, then how am I gonna do it for my clients? It's practicing what you preach.
Did you ever have a personal trainer?
Yes, I've had 3 in the past, right? And I've had an online coach. I've had 2. Like I've had a bodybuilding coach who helped me with hypertrophy. I've had a calisthenics coach. So I've had a mobility coach, and I'm looking at signing up to learn how to use kettlebells. Like I know how to use them myself, but I want to be certified.
Okay. So kettlebells?
Kettlebells, yes.
Okay, kettlebells. Oh, okay.
Yes, kettlebells. Sorry, I have an accent.
So that's fine.
I apologize.
It's half Brampton, half British accent.
Bro, it's half Brampton, half Southall.
How long have you been in Brampton? You've been in Southall before then?
Me? No, I was from a town called Leicester.
Leicester.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How long have you been in Brampton for now?
No, don't assume I'm in Brampton. Like, what the fuck?
But you're brown. I mean, like.
How long have I been in Toronto? Like in Canada? 9 years. Going on 9 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Brampton, though? That's the real question, man. That's a wild one.
About a year and a half.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You're gonna integrate it in there. Then.
Yeah, I had to put it in there somewhere.
What's the difference in the scene of I guess the personal training scene in like Europe or England compared to Canada?
Well, the thing is, you gotta think about it. England doesn't have fucking drive-through ATM machines. All right?
Really?
No. Fucking get your ass out the car, go in the bank, yo. You fucking lazy motherfuckers around here. So everybody like here, it's like pizza slices are this big.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody's fat here. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like people here are a lot more unhealthy. Like in England, like I didn't get a driver's license until I moved here. I didn't need one in England.
Mm-hmm.
I biked everywhere, walked everywhere. So the training scene isn't so big. The fitness scene is big because people are working out themselves.
Yeah.
But here, I feel like everybody's just so driven by their schedule. You know, wake up at this time, go to the gym at this time, get my trainer at this time. You know, go for a drink and go for a meal at this time. Everybody's so schedule driven. In England, it's a little bit more fluid. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, why did I move here? Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
What's your favorite workout?
My favorite workout?
Yeah.
Well, favorite exercise.
Exercise.
My favorite exercise is a muscle up.
Yeah, you want to show us right now? Or
Muscle
what?
up is
Yeah, watch this man. Watch this man. This is totally not planned, yo.
There you go. Alright, so you do a pull up,
Yeah.
you get the transition, and you get a straight bar dip. Up. Okay? Down, full extension, up. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, only Charan fucking does a workout in the middle.
In the middle, yeah, I'll just continue. I'll just do it. I'll just be here.
So yo,
how's it going, guys? How's your day?
okay, one thing I want to know, right? This man's covered in tats.
Okay.
So I want to know the meaning behind some of these, yo.
Okay, so I just got, I got a couple. Got my ribs, my back, my legs done too. I recently just got this one done. It's a little flaky. So I got a king piece. I got some cards, playing cards, and I got a timer. Okay, so I opted for the second timer because in my eyes, every second counts. You know, the next second isn't given. The second that was just presented to us is gone. The second ahead of us, it's not guaranteed. So, you know, in the blink of an eye, your life can be taken away from you. Fuck, I'm out of breath from doing that. The cards, they represent some people. They wait for the right cards in life. They wait for the right hand, whereas other people play the hand that they've been dealt, right? And those are the ones that kind of like, not make it, but those are the ones that are happy. Those are the ones that push through in life, you know, because you're never gonna have the perfect hand. You gotta make do with what you have, and you gotta hustle, and you gotta push through. So that's what that represents. I opted for the diamonds because diamonds are made under pressure, right? You're always gonna be under pressure. Pretty much, a diamond is a piece of coal that just didn't give up. That's what it comes down to. It didn't give up. It endured the pressure and it became a diamond. All right. And I got a chess piece here because I love chess. I got a challenge for anybody. You know, I love playing chess, so I would love to play new people.
I want to challenge you back in my prime. I'm out of my prime now.
Okay, don't worry. We'll play after. So I got a king. This is a really important tattoo to me because a king and a pawn, they both pretty much do the same thing. They can only move one step at a time. All right. They both go back in the box at the end of the game. They both go back in the same box. Now it's up to you how you want to live your life. You can be a king or you can be a pawn. Right. So it's a choice at the end of the day. Right. I know how I want to choose to live my life, and that's like a king. Right. So it's all connected. Like every second counts. You know, you don't control time, but you can control the opportunities that come your way, and you control how you want to live. So that's self value, and that's what all that kind of is connected with. And if you go to the flip side, I got a skull and I got a rose. So this is the delicacy of life, and because a rose, you know, I'm sure everybody's been given a rose or they've seen a rose. One minute it looks beautiful, the next day it's just frail. You know, that's life, man. Life is very delicate, right? And the skull represents the certainty of death. Because we all have a skull in our head, death is always going to happen. You know, we're all alive, but not everybody lives. But we all die. So it's all a matter of life, death, time, opportunities, and self-value. That's what this leaf represents.
That's super dope.
But I can be here all day talking about all the other ones I got. But this is my favorite one.
Yeah, it looks fresh.
Yes, my boy Tony Tones did this one.
Yeah?
That was new?
Yes, I got it last week. That's why it's still flaking.
Looks sick though.
Yeah, I got plans for tons more.
Yeah?
Got ambition
The whole
on my
body?
own here. Yeah, ambition, passion. Got the word unbreakable on my back. I got my daughter's voice note here. It says "I love you, Dad" on my finger.
Wow.
So,
That's cute.
yeah, man. There's tons of writing. It's almost like post-it notes for me. Constant reminders of how I want to, you know, present myself, how I want to live my life, and you know, ultimately who I want to be.
Even a lot of people probably know you as the guy that motivates people and gives out the life lessons and, you know, teaches people certain things about like I want to know when did you start being like, you know what, I want to share this knowledge, or I want to share this wisdom?
When? I don't know, man. I think
when did it happen? Like, yo, I gotta do this shit.
I mean, I still gotta do this shit. I still want to put myself out there more. I just think, you know, with the power of social media, you can reach so many people. So I remember I was just putting out motivational like posts, and they were almost like trying to motivate myself. But when I saw the impact that it was having on people and have their lives, I was like, yo, man, like I should continue this. So I clearly remember, and I said this in another podcast too, that I remember getting a DM from somebody. And they were like, okay, you know what, like because of your posts, I didn't take my life. You know, they were on the verge of like ending their life. And I had to sit there and process it. And I was like, imagine if I stopped. Imagine if I had stopped motivating people because I wasn't motivated. Wow. Imagine how it would have affected people. Now this person had the courage to message me that. What about the people who don't? You know, so you never know who you're you know, influencing. You never know who you're inspiring. You know what I mean? So for me, when I got that message, I was like, yo, I gotta go full tail, man. I gotta put this out more. And that's why every day you see constant snaps, constant exercises, you know, and I'm trying to step it up and do more motivational speaking. I'm still a work in progress myself. Right?
Shit.
That's insane.
Deep shit.
Do you have we always speak about who's our I don't know, honestly, I don't want to say idols, but maybe like people that motivate us in our thing. Do you have certain people, and are they not only like, are they in different fields that people probably wouldn't expect you to look at and get motivated by?
I mean, my parents, number one.
Okay.
Because they grew up in an age where there was no social media, there was no internet, right? There was no opportunities. You know, they were both born in Africa and they moved to England. And so I've said this in another video as well. My mom, like, she never missed a meal, like making us a meal. Like that to me is real success. It's not about how flashy your car is or how much money you got or who knows you. It's about who you can provide for and the impact you have on their life. Okay, so I'm sat here right now talking about how my mom would always cook us food. That's fucking success right there. All right? Regardless of what they leave behind after they're gone, I will always remember that they never, like, who can say that in this day and age? Like, my fucking parents never let me down. Are they perfect human beings? Maybe not, but in my eyes they are, right? And they never let me down. So I always look up to my parents. All right, my brothers and my sister, at the end of the day, they're all older than me. I like to think I come from a respectful background, and I look up to them. You know, they paved the way for who I am. As far as idols and heroes and shit like that, I mean, I can say Tupac, Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee. Modern day one is David Goggins. But I try not, as I grow older, I'm trying not to look at people. I'm trying to look at circumstances, situations, and experiences that I look up to. You know what I mean? I rather remember situations. I rather remember experiences that molded me. You know, that's what
from
I
your
can.
life,
from my life, and you know, even other people's. At the end of the day, right? I don't like this whole modern day influencer bullshit. Like I'm not into all that kind of stuff. I just think it's all a facade.
Modern day, what do you mean by like modern day influencer?
Oh man, we need another hour to talk about this. I don't know if you want to touch base on this.
We can briefly go like.
But you know what? No, let's like this. No, we can talk about it. Like, it's hard to pick and choose who is real and who's not.
Yeah.
All right. Because at the end of the day, with social media, it's such a beautiful thing, and there's some amazing, incredible, talented individuals out there, and I'm blessed to be around some of them too, that are putting out music and comedy and videos, you know, and it's inspiring a generation at the end of the day. But there's also people that are becoming famous and becoming these influencers that, and pardon my language, they're pretty useless. You know, they just put up selfies and they just put up, and you meet them in real life and there's not much to them, and they're not like how they are on social media. You know, and again, I want to separate the two. There's people out there that are doing amazing things, and when you meet them and you can feel it, and you're like, wow, your music really touched me, or you know, that painting you did really, like, it's on my living room. Those are the real influencers, because they are influencing how you feel. But then you got the batch of people that are not doing anything, and they're famous for just looking good, right? They're not really inspiring a generation. You know, they're almost poisoning a generation, because now you're setting a standard for what the younger generation should be like, should look like, and conduct themselves like, right? And I'm trying to get a balance of it all, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean by the whole influencers. Like, that word is very loosely used, just like entrepreneur. Like, everybody's an entrepreneur, everybody's a fucking influencer.
I feel like the ones that you're talking about, that section that in a way is poisoning, I think they have a complete tunnel vision on like, yo, how do I get the most for myself out of this? Like, how do I make
those are the ones that are about the likes and views, right? And let me clarify this. This doesn't make them bad people. This doesn't make them bad human beings. It's just, you're not, and you know what? Maybe they don't want to inspire anybody. At the end of the day, we don't know what their end game is. Maybe they just want to be famous. You know, at the end of the day, it's for them. It's the people that are viewing it that I'm trying to look out for. Like, guys, this is what you get, but that's all you get. But with this individual, you're going to get so much more, because that person is doing a workshop. This person is giving out a free book. This person is giving you free music and art. You know what I mean? Those are the ones that you need to look up to, and strive to be like. Make sense?
You know, I feel like so many, like, even like now, this generation, a lot of people want to be influencers. A lot of people depend on these social medias. And like, yesterday was a great example when Instagram went down.
Such an amazing day.
I was like, yo, what could have happened if it actually was gone forever?
Imagine this. Okay, let's build on that. Imagine, boom, yesterday Instagram stopped. A lot of people would have gone out of business.
Man.
Let's be real.
True.
A lot of people would have gone out of business. A lot of people would have, like, but you know what? I sat there and I was like, it's giving everybody a detox. I think that it was a good day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you separate the two. Like I kept checking too. I was like, oh, it's still broken. It's still broken. But after an hour, I was like, it'll come back on. You know, what people need to understand is if it's broken for you, it's broken for everybody, which means you're not missing anything. Nobody's posting anything, so you don't need to go on it. So I was like, you know what? Why am I stressing? Fucking threw my phone on the side, went about my day. And when it came back on, and people started posting. I missed nothing. People have the mindset of they're missing to something. They're missing out. Oh, I'm gonna be last. You're not missing shit, man. You know, just put your phone down.
A lot of people just don't. It's not even that they're missing out. They're just that they really don't have anything to do, so they're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like they're just.
But that should be a wake-up call for you,
right?
Like if I'm not on my phone, what else am I doing?
Exactly.
Okay, let me go for a run. Let me get that paperwork done. Let me go work out. Let me go message people that that I usually see. You know, and this is the thing. Let me take a step back. We were talking about how these influencers and we're looking up to them, right? Without our phone, they don't exist, right? This is what I meant by I look up to my parents. People are looking up to people they don't know when the real people they should be looking up to is right under their roof, right in the, they're around them. You need to start looking up to the people that fucking gave buzz to you. You know what I mean? Take care of those people, right? And then on social media, you don't need internet. You don't need, they're right there, man. It's for free.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I agree with that. I guess social media has a huge influence on that. Is a generation today, including myself.
Yeah, even me.
Is that we look up to people that you don't know them, or there's people that you shouldn't be looking up to because you don't mean much in their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're so right. You should look up to the people that are right there with you. And that's where you should get your
And somebody DM'd me the other day and was like, oh, that's a great post. And I replied back saying, thank you so much. And they were like, oh, wow, you replied. And I was like, what makes you think I wouldn't?
Yeah.
Like on the real, what makes you think I wouldn't? They were like, oh, I just thought you wouldn't. And see, because that's what they're so used to.
Yeah.
Messaging so many people and getting no replies.
Yeah.
So, and I even said to that person, I was like, hey man, if you're free on such and such date, we have an event at the gym, please come by. And they're gonna come now and they're gonna meet and we're gonna talk. I'm a regular fucking human being, man. That's why I don't like that word, influencer, because they're not influencing anything. Most of them are broke, like, let's be honest. You know what I mean? You got 20,000K followers, but you're 20,000K in debt. Like, really and truly, you're doing it for validation and to make yourself happy. You know what I mean?
Better, right?
Yeah, it's sad to say, but that being said, on the flip side, and I've said this 3-4 times, there are some real fucking people out there, man.
Yeah.
And social media is a powerful tool that can be used for good. And this is what it is, and we need to use it for what it is.
It's crazy how how much is developed in the last 10 years, and now looking into the next 10. So by 2030, it's gonna be insane. Our whole life is gonna be on.
What do you think? What's your thoughts on what do you think it's gonna get to?
Already, your life is online. I feel like it's just gonna go even more, man. It's just gonna
Everything's gonna be done.
Everything is gonna be on.
But it's crazy. Yesterday I was thinking, it's 2019. It's gonna be 2020. Like 2005, I thought 2020. We're gonna have flying cars. We're gonna have this and that. I have no idea what's gonna happen in 10 years.
What were you doing in 2005?
We're fucking kids, man.
What was I doing?
I was in grade 4.
I was playing soccer. I was playing soccer outside.
That's making me feel old. Yo, for real. 2005, I think I was in university.
2005, I thought I was gonna be a soccer player. I thought I was gonna be in Canada.
Damn, I was graduating. I'm old.
Yo, I was a kid, man. I didn't think of anything about life at that point. I was just enjoying life. I was just being a kid.
Yeah.
No, holy shit.
There's no technology.
That's how I'm happy we didn't grow up in the technological phase. When I was a kid, we were outside. Basketball, soccer.
All my memories as a child was just playing outside and just fucking around with all the other guys on the street. Just
those are the days.
And we still had Xbox.
Yeah, but it was just one thing.
I didn't grow up with that. I mean, growing up a child. Yeah, Super Nintendo, but that's about it. Even that overheated and you had to switch it off. You're blowing the cartridge. We were out, man. We were out.
It's crazy. I used to remember a time where when I used to go on the computer, I would only have 1 hour.
Yeah.
Like, you have 1 hour, you have 5
Yeah,
6
but that was like before because it took 1 hour to freaking connect to the internet.
Yeah. So
And then you had the 1
I
hour.
played, and then I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna quickly, like, I go and play RuneScape or whatever.
Go on fucking MSN Messenger, see what everyone's
Oh,
doing.
that's
That's
a
all the
classic,
girls and
yeah.
shit. It was crazy.
That's hilarious. Fucking MSN Messenger.
Man, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, everything happens so seamlessly, so you don't like notice it while it's happening. But when you look back, it's like,
You know what's
oh,
funny? We talk about MSN Messenger. Remember those
Yeah.
days? You have it on your phone right now. It's called WhatsApp.
Yeah, but the memories are different.
But the memories are
Yeah, the
different
memories
because
are
we have so much at our disposal now.
Yeah.
Because
You know
then
what
it was
I
like, yo, it was like you had to physically go on a computer, sign in.
It's like
stay on that
they're
computer.
taking the joy out of it. Like
Yeah.
imagine like growing up, like every Friday my dad would go to the video store and would rent a movie,
Yeah.
right? And it's like you have that blockbuster on your phone. It's called Netflix. You know what I mean? There's no joy. Like the joy of
Yeah.
it's gone now. So
You know when you were talking about the influencer thing, I was like, there are those people that are doing it well. There's some people that are doing it a different way.
yeah.
I was thinking, like, yo, every situation always has that, like, that positive shit.
Yeah.
There's always like that. There's always a downside to it, or like a negative side to it.
Okay, yeah.
However you want to put it. And I was about to say something. Oh yeah, you know how like kids, every generation is getting a little smarter. They're more advanced. So
You sure?
I when I say that, yeah.
I think
you look at
technologically.
Technologically, yes.
No, I mean like if you look at like a kid that's 3 years old today,
Oh yeah. Okay.
it's way
yeah,
more
yeah.
advanced than
Yes.
a kid that was 3 years old like 20 years ago. You know
Okay,
what
I
I mean?
agree.
So like when you look at it that way, a lot of kids these days, like you know how today, like for example, you are influencing people, right? You're motivating people on a
Okay.
daily basis.
I try.
Then that's because you're at a point where you're thinking a lot more. You have a lot more. You're taking a lot more knowledge.
Okay.
You're understanding how a human works.
Okay.
Right. And the other side to that is that there's people that like everyone's thinking so much that there's a.
They're not
I started
switching
feeling-
off. Yeah.
You know, like a lot of mental health talk is out
Yes.
these days, right?
Yes.
A lot more kids are feeling more depressed even at a younger
Bro,
age.
it's scary, man. You think about it, like a 5, 6, 7-year-old, like what they might be going through because of this, like all this social
Yeah,
media,
mental
all
health
that shit. man.
is a good topic. It's a great topic that I like talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like I have a little bit of a no filter on it. And I think that's the kind of way to go because a lot of people, pardon my language, a lot of people pussyfoot around it. They tiptoe around certain subjects when it comes to mental health. And I think we need to go the opposite route because I don't think that's working. People are like, oh, you can't say this, can't say that, you gotta be sensitive. Listen, man, I've suffered from it too, and nothing motivates more than the truth. When the fucking truth hits you in the face, you will change. So my take on mental health is very raw. It's very unfiltered. It's very like in your face about it. But that's not really. It's not taken well.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like
I know what
stay
you
out
mean.
of it when it comes to mental
Yeah.
health.
Yeah. A good analogy for that is like these days when if related to fitness, if let's say someone's like really overweight, right? I feel like now people would be like, yo, you can't judge somebody, right? And even I had a moment where I was like, yo, I'm not gonna call like anybody
Yeah.
fat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because that's not my right.
Okay.
But then I realized wait a second.
What
like,
good are you doing?
That's not healthy. Like
Yeah.
it's just not healthy.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I mean? And it's so true. You need to hear the truth. Like
You need to hear the
some of
truth.
this shit is
Nothing
people are
motivates.
listening.
Nothing in life motivates more than the truth. And when you're honest with yourself, and you're being truthful with yourself, nothing can motivate you more than you've just motivated yourself. When I don't like using the word fat because it is a little politically incorrect. But let's just say somebody is morbidly obese or somewhat a little bit unhealthy.
Yeah.
Okay, and they look in the mirror and they honest with themselves and they say, I need to change because I am this, and this. They'll fucking do it. And I see it every day. I see people who, are not happy with the way they are, and they get up and they fucking put the work in. Because and I can, no matter what I say and do, will motivate them more than they've motivated themselves. But the people who are not honest with themselves, they're the ones that come up with excuses. Oh, I'm tired after work. Oh, I gotta go to my fucking Bobby's son's mama's daughter's fucking engagement party. They come up with so many excuses because they haven't been honest with themselves.
Yeah.
And if you flip that, let's talk about somebody who's broke. Oh, no, so, I just borrow money from here and here and here. But when somebody looks in the mirror and they're honest with themselves and say, you know what, I'm a fucking loser, I'm broke, I can't even provide for my family. Trust me, they'll find a second job, they'll make time. And the same goes for mental health. You know, we're not being honest. We're not telling these people, listen, this is what you fucking need to do. All right? And that's how I got out of mental health. That's how I kind of got over my kind of, half these tattoos are representations of what I've been through. You know, and how I got over it was the truth. I had to look in the fucking mirror. You know, and that David Goggins says it. He's like, it's the accountability mirror. There's no fucking lying. When you look yourself in the eye and you tell yourself the truth, I gotta fucking overcome this shit. You will. You'll find a way.
Because same thing with me. Like whenever I'll go through times when I'm like, yo, there's something off about me right now, or there's something that I need to fix.
Yeah.
I'll be dead honest with myself, and like I'll even talk to like people that are really close to me. I'll be like, yo, I feel like this is something that I really gotta improve on, and like realizing that honest truth about yourself. That's when you make that change. Yeah. I can't just be like for example, if you're full of yourself, right? For example, right? And if you don't fix that, for like, you know what? I gotta kind of like chill for a bit, right? Like, I can't be full of myself. If you don't recognize that yourself, you're never gonna fix that. Never. You're gonna always keep going thinking it's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. People they just float through life thinking everything is okay. They're not being honest with themselves. They're not overcoming their fears, and they stay in their little bubble, in their comfort zone, and years pass by, and then it hits them in the face. They're slapped in the face, and reality hits them, and they're like, shit, it's too late. You know what I mean? You have to fucking always be honest with yourself, man, and you have to, you know, take the path of most resistance. You know, wherever like your muscles grow. You know, when you're lifting a heavy weight and you're contracting your muscles and you're tearing all your muscle fibers, and you can't give any more. You can't even lift that weight anymore, and you get that one extra one. That's the one that helps you grow. It's the same with everyday life. You have to go through the most resistance, right? And going back to my runs, when I'm stuck at 24K and I got another 26 left, it's the path of most resistance, and you got to push through and get it. You know, and I learned that from David Goggins. Like that's what he says. That's what he believes in. Like you will not grow, and life is about growing. Life is about being productive. Life is about living. All right. Real shit. Awesome. Warrior wisdom.
Warrior wisdom.